Today we're going to be discussing healthy lifestyle habits that are very easy to implement into your daily routines that can allow for healthy cognitive aging. The first one that we're going to go over is going to be the fact that you need to move most days. Now, by move most days, what I mean is regular aerobic exercise. Walking, cycling, jogging, swimming. 150 to 300 minutes per week is repeatedly linked to better cognitive function and reduced dementia risk. Aerobic exercise improves cerebral blood flow, insulin sensitivity, and vascular health, which are all key for maintaining brain structure and function as we age. Secondly, we are going to be weightlifting. We're going to be weightlifting 2 to 3 times per week. This is going to improve executive function, processing speed, and global cognition in older adults. Strength work preserves muscles, muscle mass, mobility, and indirectly reduces dementia risk via better metabolic, cardiovascular, and fall-related outcomes. Third, we're going to be doing high-intensity interval training. High-intensity interval training and moderate to vigorous exercise bouts stimulate brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports synaptic plasticity and neurogenesis. Both animal and human data show that acute and chronic exercise elevate BDNF and are associated with improvements in memory and mood. Fourth is going to be diet. You can follow a Mediterranean or Mind-style diet, which are going to typically include lots of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, fish, olive oil, and limited red/processed meats. These are associated with slower cognitive decline and lower dementia risk. These diets appear to support neuroprotection via reduced inflammation, improved vascular health, and better metabolic control. An important thing to mention with these diets is it does lack red meat, which is beneficial for other reasons, but a healthy diet can be had without including red meat. Fifth is going to be cardio health. That is building on 2 of the previously mentioned points, but hypertension, diabetes, obesity, and dyslipidemia substantially increase dementia risk and accelerate brain aging. Lifestyle interventions that improve blood pressure, lipids, glucose have reduced cognitive decline in multi-domain trials such as finger and US pointer. 6, we're going to be talking about sleep. You're going to want to prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Short sleep duration and chronic sleep disturbance are linked with worse cognitive performance and greater dementia risk. Sleep support supports memory consolidation and clearance of metabolic byproducts from the brain, including beta amyloid. 7 is going to be strong social connections. You're going to want to have frequent social engagement because it's associated with slower cognitive decline and reduced dementia incidence. Social activities challenge attention, memory, and emotional regulation, building cognitive reserve that helps delay clinical expression of neurodegeneration. 8th, we're going to engage in lifelong learning. Your brain is meant to learn. Mentally stimulating activities, reading, writing, learning new skills, new things, music, puzzles, games are all associated with lower risk of mild cognitive impairment and better late life cognition. Older adults benefit from brain stimulation greatly. Benefit is almost roughly up to half the risk of mild cognitive impairment compared to those who engage least. 9, we're going to talk about reading regularly. You are going to want to read regularly and read deeply. Reading books, articles, or long-form content. It's a simple cognitive workout which will engage your language, memory, and attention networks. Observational studies link frequent reading and similar cognitively demanding hobbies with reduced cognitive decline over time. 10th, cognitive training. Structured cognitive training, such as computerized tasks, memory exercises, or complex games, can improve specific cognitive domains, such as processing speed, working memory, and sometimes general functioning. Multi-domain lifestyle traits often include cognitive training as a core element alongside exercise and diet. 11th, we're going to talk about stress management. Chronic psychological stress and elevated cortisol are associated with hippocampal atrophy and worse memory and aging. Stress management strategies like relaxation training, problem solving, and coping skills are recommended components of healthy brain aging programs. 12th, we're going to talk about meditation. Mindfulness-based interventions such as meditation have been shown to improve attention, emotional regulation, and perceived stress. Some studies report structural brain changes in regions related to memory and self-regulation. These practices may indirectly support brain health by dampening chronic stress physiology and promoting healthier behaviors. 13, we're going to talk about supporting mental health and treating depression. Depression and anxiety are linked to a faster cognitive decline and increased dementia risk. Treating mood disorders with a combination of psychotherapy, lifestyle, and when necessary, medication is associated with a better cognitive outcome and quality of life. 14, we're going to talk about your positive habits. You need to build daily positive habits. Positive mood and psychological well-being correlate with better cognitive function and reduced dementia risk in cohort studies. Activities that reliably increase positive affect gratitude, journaling, enjoyable hobbies, time in nature, walks, exercising, working out, running, whatever you want to do that you enjoy, are all encouraged as part of a healthy brain aging lifestyle. 15, you're going to want to reduce alcohol consumption as much as possible. You don't have to fully abstain, but it is recommended. Higher than moderate alcohol intake is associated with a significantly increased risk of dementia and structural brain changes. Current guidelines emphasize minimizing alcohol, with many experts encouraging zero or very low consumption for brain health. 16, we're going to talk about smoking. You're going to want to limit smoking, cigarettes, marijuana, vape, anything, because smoking will roughly double your dementia risk, in large part via vascular damage and oxidative stress. Avoiding all of this and minimizing exposure to environmental neurotoxins will support healthier brain aging. 17 is injury prevention. Traumatic brain injury, including repetitive mild injuries, are a strong risk factor for later life cognitive impairment and dementia. Using seatbelts, helmets, and fall prevention strategies is routinely recommended in healthy brain aging guidelines. An example of this in my life is I played lacrosse in high school. A lot of people ask me, hey, why don't you play men's league with your old teammates? I don't want to get hit in the head anymore. I want to be safe. I want to age healthily and smartly. 18th, we're going to talk about weight management. Midlife obesity and central adiposity are linked to higher dementia incidence, especially when combined with metabolic syndrome and inactivity. Weight management via diet and physical activity is embedded in many brain health recommendations. 19, we're going to talk about plant foods and fats. Higher intake of fruits, vegetables, nuts, unsaturated fats like olive oil are associated with better cognitive trajectories. These foods provide antioxidants, polyphenols, and omega-3 fats that may reduce neuroinflammation and provide support for synaptic function. 20, we're going to talk about omega-3 and DHA. Dietary patterns rich in fish and natural omega-3 fatty acids correlate with a reduced risk of cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. Mechanistically, omega-3s may support membrane fluidity, synaptogenesis, and anti-inflammatory signaling in the brain. 21, we're going to talk about hearing and vision. You are going to want to maintain your hearing and vision as well as you possibly can. These healths are going to matter a lot. Untreated hearing loss is a recognized modifiable dementia risk, and it is possibly via increased cognitive load and social isolation. Regular screening and early use of hearing aids or other devices to help with you if you have these issues may help cognitive impairment. 22, we're going to talk about purpose. You should structure your day around purposeful activities. A clear sense of purpose in life and engagement in meaningful roles are going to give you a better cognitive outcome and lower dementia risk long term. Purposeful engagement may operate through increased mental, social, and physical activity and reduce depression. 23, we're going to talk about combining habits. Trials like Finger and US Pointer show that combining exercise, diet, cognitive training, social engagement, and vascular risk management yields measurable cognitive benefits compared with minimal interventions. Multi-domain programs improve composite cognitive scores in older adults at elevated risk of dementia over 2 years. 24, we're going to talk about learning new motor skills. You're always going to want to practice new motor skills because they combine physical and cognitive complexity. These help integrate balance, coordination, memory, and attention. Such enriched activities may stimulate neuroplasticity more than repetitive, low-complexity movements. And then 25, you're going to want to get regular checkups. Routine medical visits are going to monitor your blood pressure, glucose, lipids, sleep disorders, mood, pretty much everything about your body. It's also going to review your medications that you're on that may impair cognition, and this is a big part of a comprehensive brain health recommendation. Early identification and management of reversible contributors such as sleep apnea, B12 deficiency, depression, anything like that that impacts your lifestyle can prevent or mitigate cognitive decline.